Hi, my name's Fiona Bolton, and today I want to talk to you about something that's really close to my heart, something that I'm really passionate about, and that is helping you to deal with grief and disappointment when you've struggled on your fertility journey and you're having to deal with failure. It's not nice, and sometimes it really feels like it's not fair. And what do they all say? They all say, hey, just forget about it and it's going to happen, which makes it tough. So let's go a little bit deeper in today's segment and give you some proper strategies that can help you to deal with picking yourself up and carrying on this fertility journey in a way that really does help you to thrive. So my name's Fiona Bolton. I am a fertility expert. I've been in the industry since 2007. I am a really active fertility healer. That's primarily what I do. And I've created the world's most phenomenal fertile lifestyle program. And I say it's the most phenomenal because it's got the most phenomenal results. And that's what it's all about. And the reason why the results are so high is because I look at you and your cells in a 360-degree manner. So what that means is we look at what's going on a cellular level and what are the things that are impacting your cells. And when we can put your cells in thrive mode, that's when change happens. That's when you're flourishing. That's when you feel fantastic. That's when you're in alignment to source and in alignment to joy and drawing like a magnet baby spirit to you. Because at the end of the day, the reason why you're feeling sad, the reason why you're so disappointed and maybe even feeling hopeless because of the times that you've tried and you haven't succeeded is because you have responded to baby's calling. Baby wants to come down and you have responded. What happens is, and this is not a religious thing, it's spiritual wisdom. I channel a lot of information from Kuan Yin and it resonates with all the things that I have been taught to date. And you don't have to believe what I'm telling you, but this is what I find to be truthful. And you can do your own research and I encourage that you do. But when you're told the truth, we are intelligent human beings, and when we are told the truth, we know. We respond to that knowing. So if what I tell you today activates something in you, then you know that there's an element of truth in that. And if what I say repels you, then obviously my message isn't for you, and that's not a problem. So here you are on this journey, and I am going to tell you some amazing, easy to follow strategies. I want you just to realize that you already had a covenant with baby's spirit. That's usually what happens, okay? So there's been some kind of agreement, some spiritual agreement. And Carolyn Miss, she talks a lot about this as well in her Sacred Contracts book and audiobook. You might want to look at that. She's a medical intuitive and she's published through Sounds True if you're into her audio versions. And she talks about these sacred contracts, but so many other people do as well. And when it comes to sacred contracts, it means that baby has already decided who its parents are. Okay, and you're obviously the mum, and you're ready to bring that baby down, which is why you have this primal, strong yearning and calling to make it happen. And in your state of confusion and trying and feeling pulled and swayed by lots of people's opinions and different advertising and different marketing techniques, sometimes you move out of yourself, so you're not in that state of inner stillness, inner peace, inner wisdom. And when you lose yourself because you're open to others' influences, that's when you can make decisions which aren't necessarily going to get you the results that you want. We have all the results within. We have all the answers within. And you've probably heard this before, but you're thinking, well, give me them. I don't know how to activate it. But hey, that's what I'm here to teach you, so not a problem. So what I want you to do is, first of all, honor the emotion that you're currently feeling. Okay, we're not going to push any emotions away. It's about dealing with the emotions, but you don't have to deal with them for long. When you are really present with the emotion of grief, sadness, disappointment, frustration, anger, whatever it may be. It might be a sea of different negative emotions, and that's okay. We're going to work through each one. But for now, let's just close your eyes, get comfortable. You'll know when it's dissolved because you'll feel lighter and you'll naturally want to sigh. You might want to yawn or release some air out of the body any way or shape or anything that the body decides, okay? Usually it's a sigh. It can be other forms of air release. And then you can now ask yourself again, how am I feeling right now? And we're just going to complete that cycle. So we keep going over and over again until you feel a high vibrational state. And a high vibrational state is peace. Of course, it's joy and happiness and enlightenment and all those high vibe, high energy states, but you don't have to be experiencing grief and disappointment and snapping into happiness. Usually it's peace. Usually you find peace. Usually you feel, actually, I'm okay. You might say to yourself, well, I'm okay, I'm still a little bit hurt. Okay, so you're holding hurt. Sit with the hurt. Keep going through this. Pause this video as often as you like and work through these emotions. Don't push them down like balls underwater, because they will eventually pop up. You won't have the energy to hold them down. Fertility requires a lot of energy. So if you're constantly pushing emotions down and not wanting to address them, then you're going to be wasting a lot of energy, because eventually they will come up. And that's when you have the uncontrolled emotion, which could be bursts and floods of tears at inappropriate times, or snappy emotions, could be insomnia. It could be different ways that you're showing that you're holding on to these negative emotions. And the thing is, our organs will hold emotions, and then it creates dis-ease in the organs. And when we have dis-ease in the organs, the body then tries to heal itself. So it will turn the reproductive system off if you're not getting enough energy, and take the energy with the blood to the areas that it needs the most. We can survive without a reproductive system. That's why it's the first thing to be cut off. So we want the body to be healthy. We don't want to be wasting energy reserves by suppressing our emotions. Releasing your emotions is the first thing. And this particular technique that I'm teaching you is from a Buddhist teaching, and which I call sitting with your emotions. And I go into this in a lot more detail in my online Fertile Lifestyle course. But this is suffice for now. So now that you're feeling different, you're feeling more open, which is the key. Because when you're in your head and when you're feeling sorry for yourself, you're not in your heart. Okay? Only our ego, only the mind gets offended, gets upset, gets disappointed. Our heart, our inner essence, our being only knows unconditional love. Okay? So in that state, you accept things. You love and accept your journey, and this is the place to be, because in that state, that's when you are so powerful at manifesting exactly what you want and allowing it to come in. Because at the end of the day, you want a happy, healthy baby. Fact. You want to have a happy, healthy body. You want to enjoy your fertility journey. You want to enjoy your pregnancy. You want to have lots of energy as a mum. You want to be the best mum possible. And you can. The thing is, it's about energy management, which is why I talk about in this video series on this channel different ways that you can draw energy into the body. So looking at Qigong, looking at the fertility Ki Yoga. These are physical movements. Looking at meditation. This is a wonderful way to draw energy in and also allow you to be in receptive mode so that you can draw these desires that you have into fruition, bring it into manifest. I help so many of my clients with fertility manifestation, and again, this is something that I'll be sharing with you in this channel too. So stay tuned. So for now, let's reflect upon where you're at. You've suffered grief and trauma and disappointment. You've sat with your emotions and now you're feeling neutral. Make sure that you do feel neutral. Keep pausing this video and going back if you're not feeling neutral yet. And now that you're feeling neutral and you've chosen to feel peace, feel how good that is. And we want to start now activating your abundance once again, because if you were in the same mindset that you started at the beginning of this video, feeling sorry for yourself and feeling down, you are going to be a magnet for more negativity to be drawn to you, more disappointments. We don't want that. We don't need that. That is over. Right now, in the present, you can change your circumstances. You can change your possibilities. Be open to new potentials. And So here you are, constantly magnetizing and drawing experiences to you, but also you're drawing baby to you, because baby hovers for a while. And you want to be able to be in that high vibe state so that baby enjoys being in your presence. Otherwise, your emotions are too dense. Okay, baby's in a fantastic state right now. Baby's in spirit. Baby's close to source, creator, or God, whatever term you like to choose. And then when it starts working into your energy field, which you will hold for the first 2 years of its life, you'll actually share the same energy field, which is fascinating. So your baby will actually have aspects of your personality and feel what you're feeling. So that's why it's so important that you spend the first 2 years together and try not to work in that time as best you can. I know it can be tough financially, but if you can, that would be ideal, because like I said, you're sharing the same energy field. And you know what? Everything and anything is possible. It's about opening your mind to allow what you want to come in, and it can happen. So again, this is meandering into more of the fertility manifestation stuff, but it is important. Okay, so here you are, feeling peaceful and realizing you're this magnet. And now I want you to start listing things you're grateful for, because that attitude of gratitude is going to help you to raise your vibration even more. It's going to put a natural smile on your face. So I tell my clients, list 20 things that you are grateful for right now. And it can be small things like my beautiful clothes, my partner, my bedding, the beautiful blue sky, or I love the smell of rain, whatever it may be. Just list all these things that you're grateful for. And you're lifting yourself up now into that high vibe state. Okay, so now you're feeling good. Hopefully you listed things quite quickly. Again, you can pause this video whenever you like. And there might be your mind kicking in now saying, hey, how can this like weird kind of stuff now fix my fertility? Okay, we've now opened you up to new potentials and possibilities. We've now stopped the negative spiral. So now it's time for you to trust in yourself, trust in your body, trust in your journey, and trust in God Creator, or whatever term you want, that you are here to live a happy life. Okay, what is your inner belief? Maybe your inner beliefs, which is just a long repeated thought that goes over and over and over again, which isn't always real. Maybe your belief is that you aren't worthy of this. You know, I have had clients who said to me, look, I have been successful with everything in my life. I've got amazing everything, you know, partner, house, job, anything and everything. Anything they want to manifest, they can manifest. But when it comes to the baby, they struggle. Or they're so used to working really hard and getting what they want, and they always get what they want, but they just can't get this baby. And this is the thing. You might have had a belief that, hey, I've got everything else. I probably have run out of luck, or whatever your word itch is. I don't know what your terms are, but you can see where I'm going with this. And maybe you've got a belief that's blocking baby from coming. Maybe you have that inner sensation that maybe I'm not going to be a good mum. Maybe I'm not going to have enough energy. Maybe this, maybe that. And now is the time to get a pen and paper and to start writing out what I would say as the conscious things that you are aware of that could be blocking baby from coming. So when you've got your list, this is the foundation for one of my mind mastery techniques. When you've got that list, you can then start dissolving it and telling yourself this is not reality. And if you continue to think like this, then it's not going to work for you. So this is an actual mental block. And I teach you how to dissolve these mental blocks. And each mental block can be dissolved in an hour. Super quick. No hypnotherapy at all. You can do it yourself. And it comes with the recording. There's video recording, there's audio recording. You can read about it. And it will just help you to clear what these mental blocks are. For now, you can try it on your own and see if you can just shift out of that negative belief that's causing a block so that you're freeing yourself. We want you to have as much freedom as you can, because otherwise these blocks will be preventing baby from coming, because that's actually what you're manifesting. We're always manifesting, but because from our 30s onwards we're often in autopilot, we're actually unconscious of what it is that we're manifesting. And we manifest through what we think and what we feel. So we need to not be scared of our desires anymore. You desire having this happy, healthy baby, and then with the repeated failures and the trauma that begins to accumulate, you begin to get scared potentially of having that desire. So you start creating up, stories in your head or ways to protect yourself. Your brain wants to protect you. Don't try that again. It didn't work before, and it doesn't want. That's what the unconscious mind does. It reminds you of past failures. It can't project into the future, so it just reminds you. Look, fertility's only caused heartache and suffering. Don't keep going down that journey. So when you do try, only 50% of you feels like it can happen, because the subconscious mind is saying hasn't happened before. It's only ended in sadness and whatever it may be for this particular child that you're trying for. Whereas your conscious mind is optimistic, going, yeah, maybe it will work. Yeah, it should work. I'm hoping it will work. And so then you front on up to trying naturally or your next IUI or IVF cycle, and you're only 50% congruent. And I want you to see your fertility journey as if you are a marathon runner, okay? You've been training hard and you get to the start line. Imagine if you got to the start line already feeling exhausted, already feeling, hey, I haven't won that many races, or I haven't won any races yet, and I'm really hoping it's going to work this time, but maybe it won't, and maybe I should do plan B. What am I going to do if this doesn't work? I mean, this is what we do with fertility, right? And you can see, if you're going to do that with a running race, you're probably not going to win. But instead, if you are laser sharp focused and you tell yourself, I am in a great state, I have put the training in, I have, lived a healthy lifestyle, I have my support group around me, I've been working on my mind, I've been working on my body, I am completely at one with this movement, and I know that when I move in the flow, this can happen. I see it in my mind, I create it in my reality, this is real. And when you have that kind of belief, you can create things. You can create what you want. You can create your happy, healthy baby, because your mind is constantly it's telling your body what to do. Your mind is the one that is governing your body. Your brain is responsible for neurotransmitters and hormones and all these things. And your mind creates emotions, and your emotions are like electronic signals through the body. And these emotions, if they're not processed properly, like for example, excess anger is stored in the liver. Your liver is a secondary organ that actually really does impact your fertility. If your liver's congested, your hormones are out of balance. And if your hormones are out of balance, it's going to be difficult to get pregnant and hold your pregnancy through to full term. So all of these things matter. So if you can prime your mind, prime your emotions, and your cells feel what you feel. Your cells are receptive to what you're thinking. They're also receptive to what you're eating, drinking, the toxic exposure, which could be physical, what you're breathing in or ingesting in your diet or drinking, or it could be emotional and mental. So any kind of toxicity does affect your cells. We know that. It's not ideal. So it's about you framing yourself and being in that state where you can genuinely get to the start line, and you can say, hey, I've dealt with my body physically. I know how to clean it. So I mentioned detox earlier, and I said, look, if you don't want to detox, you don't have to. There's really simple detoxes that get phenomenal results, which is combining MSM made from pine trees, which I highly recommend, from the Powerfully Pure range, which ships all over the world. So Powerfully Pure MSM with lemon juice in the morning, it works wonders. It completely regenerates your fertility. It's a regenerator, a cellular regenerator. So it basically reverses the aging process. There's a lot of scientific evidence to prove this. It helps with your lining, it helps with your egg health, and it helps you to release any excess buildup in the body, any excess tissue, particularly if you've got fibroids, endometriosis, cysts. It dissolves cysts in like 30 days on average. So this is powerful stuff. This is a really easy detox that you could have. So you're not changing anything else, but you're just waking up in the morning and helping your liver to function, helping your cells to regenerate, and 20 minutes later you can carry on and have your breakfast and enjoy the rest of the day. And little things like that, little tiny lifestyle tweaks can make a world of difference for your fertility. You just need to know what's right for you. So I encourage you to delve into more of these videos and start looking at ways that can get you to that start line again, that you can feel really confident that here you are. It doesn't matter that you've fallen down like a marathon runner. Yes, they've had injuries. Yes, you know, they've turned up for races and they might have tripped over things and it didn't work out, and it doesn't matter. Here you are. You're preparing for your next start line. And when you get to that start line, you are going to feel confident, and that confident energy and that confidence of thought and emotion is going to get you results. It does. I know it seems so ridiculous on some level, but this is what it's about. This is what life is about. Here you are working with life force energy, preparing your body to create new life, to birth new life, and it's about understanding the energetics. So I hope that has helped you to realize how important it is to just sit with your emotions, deal with them. You only need to deal with them for 90 seconds. You do not need to harbor them for hours and days and months, okay? That's just the mind creating drama in the body. We don't need that. You don't need that. You don't need to suffer. You only do that when you have an innate belief that you are meant to suffer, but you're not really here to suffer. You're here to have fun, to enjoy your life, okay? So let me help you. Let me help you with other inspirational meditations, things that help you lift your mood. Dive into this channel. There are lots of videos to support you. And thank you so much for watching. Sending you infinite fertility blessings. Bye for now.